Hey everybody, welcome on back. It's a You Gotta Try This podcast with me, Large, also with Ian behind the ones and twos. And this podcast is brought to you by Pepsi. I actually got one on set today, one of these Pepsi Zero Sugars, which I'm absolutely in love with. I started this relationship with Pepsi because I had said how much I love eating food with Pepsi, how much I think that Pepsi enhances the flavor of food. And with that, I say food deserves Pepsi. So I'm happy to have, by the way, is there a better sound than cracking a can? Because I am actually kind of parched. And is there a better glass than these pebbled plastic glasses, particularly to hold the Pepsi? So anyway, so I am a firm believer in some meals are made by what you pair them with drinking. And for me, if I'm going to have a soft drink with a meal, I prefer to have Pepsi over all others. And for all the reasons that I had said, Pepsi makes food taste better. So food deserves Pepsi, and so does this podcast. So you got to try this. You got to try Pepsi. Enjoy. Thank you so much for your added and continued support, Pepsi. Thank you so much. Okay, Ian, let's get to it. Big week for us, right? Personally, professionally, the whole deal. I was down at the Barstool Beach House this weekend. When it was announced that I was going down there, when you would put out the text message from Kadick, so many old heads, unks, and ladies who watch Barstool Beach House probably without their kids knowing it had reached out. They were like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy you're going down there." I think they thought I was going down there to tear it up. I think they thought I was going to be with my shirt off at Leggett's at like 6 a.m. or something. And so instead we brought them lunch, which I thought worked out perfectly. It's what I wanted to do. I wanted to cook for them. This fell into my lap where I could go with one of my favorite Italian delis down there, Taliercio's. So Eric from Taliercio, the guy who put together all the sandwiches alongside me, and a guy whose place we're going to be reviewing next week, it'll hit next week, is going to be my guest today. Eric has built himself a little empire with the restaurant that he has down there, and he did it off the back of his dad. His dad and his dad's brothers were the originators of Taliercio's. He has taken it over, particularly on the social media side, and he's built it into something that has become nothing less than viral. And on top of the virality that he has on social media, he also makes damn good food. And that's why I can't wait to have him in. What did you think? What did you think about some of the food that we had sent out outside of the sandwiches, Ian?
And we'll get into it, like Large said, but the rigatoni bolognese that he brought, that was my favorite.
So that's what he went. By the way, we put out a spread, but Ian finds something that he likes. And if there were cameras there, you probably would have taken home and ate that for days.
We had these little like plastic bowls around the house. Obviously none of our own like dishware or whatever.
Right.
It's this rental house. I probably had 8 to 10 plastic bowls of this rigatoni bolognese.
Just a simple dish. They make all their dishes very well, but the rigatoni bolognese, I had the rigatoni alla vodka, I had a bunch of other stuff, but like you said, we'll get into it with Eric in a second. What we ask you guys to do, 5-star wherever you watch or listen to this. Subscribe to YouTube. That means a ton to us to have subscribers to that. Follow us on social media, the brand page. You got to try this. So even if you're following me, follow the brand page also, because that just helps us out. Any kind of 5-star review where you can leave some sort of comment, feel free to leave comments, but also if you'd like us to answer a question, put that in that comment section too. And that's where we'll draw some of our stuff from. Do we have a comment or a question today? We always have comments and questions, but I try not to look at them beforehand. Ian, what do we got today?
This is from Brett Andrews on Spotify. Thank you for showing the love on Spotify. Love the show, guys. Been sharing it. Large and Ian have the best chemistry. I think there needs to be a segment every once in a while where Large brings in some food or dish that is completely banal for normal people that Ian has to try, preferably on camera so we can see his reaction. I mean, no lettuce is a wild move. But my 2-year-old likes lettuce on her sandwiches.
Okay, so what's this guy's name?
Brett Andrews.
Brett Andrews. First of all, threw a banal out. I like that right off the bat. Yeah, I would do that. I will tell you, I don't know if I would put you on the spot here, Ian, but I think maybe I'll pay more attention when we do food reviews together to see what your take on some of them are, because it might help. And I'll do it for places that I think you might like. It'd still be a stretch for you, but I'm not going to right away say, hey, this is the hottest Indian fowl I've ever had in my life. Try this, Ian. But I think we have opportunities, particularly like going to Taliercio's. We have opportunities to go to some places and have you try some things, and people will be able to see it from my perspective, big fat old guy, and from your perspective, a picky young eater. That might be it, right?
I do think this is a good content series.
I think it is. So if people think that you and I have a good back and forth, that's good. I personally don't like Ian, so the less that I do with them, the better. But in all honesty, I think that if we were to work it into, don't you think that's better than me coming in here on an episode? Maybe that works better. See, now this, first of all, excellent letter. Excellent question to be asked. So I appreciate that. Because now I'm thinking, because we're looking to do like segments. If there was a segment where I said, Ian tries caviar for the first time, would you eat caviar with me?
Of course.
Okay, but no, because that's what it hinges on.
Large, I would eat anything with you.
No, you wouldn't.
Or I
no, you wouldn't. You wouldn't eat any. If you tell me that, don't write fucking checks you can't cash. Your taste buds can't cash check. If I was to bring in some stuff, you would not eat it. I'm saying caviar is the top of the food chain where I'd go, the top of the range, not the food chain, where I'd go to have you try it.
But I'm counting eating as like I ate that mole in Mexico.
Yes.
Even though it
was disgusting.
I tried it. I'm saying I'll try.
Right.
I can't guarantee I'll like everything you give me.
And as long as you're going to try it, because if you all of a sudden, if I come in and like when the Wonton and Don and I went to Queens and we had guinea pig at the Colombian restaurant, the guinea pig came out. It's called cuy. C-U-Y is what they serve it. It's basically just cleaned. They gut the thing, but they leave the body intact. So when they throw it into the fryer and send it out, I think they roast it, then they fry it at the end to crisp up the skin. It looks like a guinea pig, just with its arms and like it's being held up. But hands up, guinea pig. If I was to bring that into you, I don't think you would eat it. Correct? So let me be the one that drives that.
No,
but would you try a little guinea pig?
I would try anything. That's the whole point of this show. You got to try this.
You got to try this. We might screw around with an offshoot of Ian. Please try this, right? I could do that, right?
Yeah, and
that puts our money where our mouth is.
You said caviar, but like you don't. That's like far down the line. Like relish. Like we could do ketchup. I haven't had ketchup since the first time I tried ketchup, which was who knows how long ago that was. Over 20 years.
Hold on a sec. So you haven't had ketchup in 20 years?
Maybe not. No. Probably no, definitely not.
So I went really ahead with the caviar and with the
I had relish for the first time with you at that, and it wasn't even like normal relish.
But you liked it.
It was the yellow relish. It was
the one at Rutt's Hut.
Yeah,
yeah. That electric yellow one. All right, yeah. So it gives us something to think about.
Beans. Beans.
When did you have beans with me?
That's what I'm saying. Like I could try beans.
You've never had baked beans?
I don't even think I've ever tried them.
Really?
Like they're so.
And you produce a food podcast. It blows my mind. It's the least impressive thing about you. And there's a laundry list, but that's the bottom of it. By the way, I screw around with Ian, and for people, I love the kid. The kid's just very, very good at what he does. So, okay, I will mix in something where you start to try simple things. We have a guest coming in a couple of weeks that has a mustard brand. Would you be able to try that mustard brand? 100%. Of course you would, right? 100%. Even though it's like a maple bourbon cherry mustard or something, that's something you would try.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had like regular mustard. Like just like that yellow stuff. Like,
really?
No. Or like if I have, it's been like mixed with something or like I didn't notice it or someone's.
You've had like honey mustard and stuff like that. And Chinese mustard at a Chinese restaurant you probably had.
No.
Okay. Yes. All right. So
we got some work to do.
Yeah. I will tell you this question should not have garnered this long of an answer, but I realize just how much we have our work cut out for us. But I would like to expand your palate by the end of this whole deal. And by the way, I'm eating a lot of chicken cutlets and I'm eating a lot of this, but maybe I will introduce like what I put on Kadic sandwich. We're going to talk about it in a little bit. That stracciatella cheese with crushed pistachios and hot honey. Like, would that be something that you would do on a little, like, Italian bread toast, like a bruschetta?
Italian, like the classic Italian sub, like the Italian meats, something I've been opening up to as I've been growing up.
Okay. So to answer this question, yes, I'll get Ian's palate more involved, and I will get Ian's palate a lot bigger because it can't go the other way. All right, we're going to get into this interview with Eric from Taliercio. He just drove up from Middletown, New Jersey, Middletown Red Bank. He'll explain that to you. And he was nice enough to do everything with us this weekend at the beach house and to spend some time with us today to wrap it up. So we'll bring that up right now. And we do have a new sponsor, which I'm going to mention right now, on Fox One. Fox One is one of our new sponsors. I'm very, very excited about this. On Fox One, you can stream your favorite live sports so you never miss those did you see that moments. This means Fox NFL Sundays, college football Saturdays, the MLB postseason, all in one place. This is actually more than just a gimmick. This is cool because I need to, I can't stand when stuff gets spoiled. I need to watch stuff live, whether it's races or boxing or hoops or college football. I hate when things get spoiled now. And we live in a society where things get spoiled on social media all the time. So if I have an outlet where I can stream all of these things live, sign me up. Fox One is built for live, edge of your seat plays, jaw-dropping highlights, the kind of moments that make you shout in your living room like you're at the stadium. It's sports, it's news, it's entertainment, all streaming live the way it was meant to be watched. It's also the best way to stay locked into your action, whether you're sweating your fantasy matchup, tracking a parlay, or just riding the chaos live as it happens. All right, so I like this. I'm very, very glad that Fox One is on board, and I want you guys to start your 7-day trial free today. Offers are subject to change, but go to Fox One for complete terms and conditions and start your 7-day trial for free. Catch all the live action. And if you fall in love with it, then you're a Fox One guy and you can thank me because it's one of those things you got to try. All right, with that, let's talk to Eric from Taliercio. All right, everybody. So as promised, I have Eric from Taliercio's. Now, do you pronounce it Taliercio? Because you threw an extra I in there.
Okay, so the vernacular for Italians.
By the way, vernacular being used the first 5 seconds of an interview. I don't know where we can go from here.
I mean,
we can't go anywhere but down. Yeah,
downhill.
Exactly. Yeah.
You would think that a deli guy wouldn't have that vocabulary.
No, you got it.
So it's Taliercio is the right way to pronounce it. But for the Medigans, they add an I at the end of the R and they call it Talarico. And they complain that is the way to say it when the spelling is Taliercio.
Right. How do you pronounce it?
Taliercio.
Taliercio.
Yes.
Okay. That's how I spell it. Yeah. But I have a very good friend, Taliericos. Taliericos is a good friend of mine. Aldo Talerico had made markets, and I worked with his son also. So this is Eric. Last name's Taliercio, so he should know better than anybody else. And the reason that I had him on twofold. I love Taliercio's. We've gone down there. I think we went down there maybe about 4 years ago and made a sandwich with me. I know multiple people here at Barstool have done that. And I say multiple people because I know Frank the Tank has done it also.
Yes.
So perhaps Frank and somebody else has. You've been up to this office a host of times. Just bring, he came up today. I said, do not bring anything.
Yeah, he did.
And we'll talk about why you shouldn't bring anything in a second. And he brought a tray of fried raviolis, which is one of my favorite things that Taliercio's does. So very, very nice, very, very respectful. And now that he brought up that perfect size tray, I probably would have been insulted if you didn't.
Well, you want to know what? You know how you go to somebody's home and you bring something? You have to bring something. So the raviolis is the perfect breaking bread.
But you have to say that me saying don't bring anything, at least tells you don't bring up food for 30.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did not. Which that's
I might
what
have
I didn't
brought up 30 ravs.
30 ravs, yes. But this is the whole deal. So I say the word filthy Irishman and I say filthy Italian all the time. I am a filthy Irishman. Eric is a filthy Italian. For anyone who's listening or watching this interview, please do not clutch your pearls when I insult his background and my own background, because I will tell you right now, this guy is the definition of a filthy Italian.
Yes.
And when I say, hey, can I get a sandwich? Here's 3. Can I get something? Here's 4. just the generosity of the Taliercio family is very well known. And I think that's why they become such a staple down in Red Bank, Middletown, all around that part of New Jersey. You can say that central or south?
Central.
Central, okay.
Central.
All around Central and South New Jersey. And that's why it's such a pleasure to have you on. So Eric, welcome to You Gotta Try This.
Thank you.
So as I had said before, about 4 years ago, I had heard about these guys because they had blown up on social media. And they were known for doing sandwiches and naming them after people, which is one of the things that I loved. A couple of episodes ago, I spoke about Leone's in Bensonhurst and how I'd be like, give me the Phil Rizzuto and 2 Louis Primas and a Charlutz de Salvo. I've always liked that. And I've always liked that better than, names that don't have any kind of meaning. Like some guy had written in one of my favorite sandwiches called the Orgasm at his local place. And it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Little hypocritical because one of their more popular sandwiches is your sister's ass. I love ordering that.
Yes.
Can I get your sister's ass, but with no onions? Because I hate when my breath smells after I eat your sister's ass. That I like because we're kind of kidding around.
Yes, correct.
You know what I mean? Like that type of thing.
And it's also an old saying. It's a slang saying.
100%.
So,
So talk to me about the place, Taliercio's. Talk to me about what you do, all that kind of shit. And then talk to me about how you got into the social media game and has a bigger following than I think I'll ever have on multiple platforms. Go ahead.
I don't know how I could take it from there. I think it's all downhill the way you
Yes, exactly. It's all downhill after the first fucking word. Yeah, the vernacular.
So, the original business was started in 88 by my father and his 2 brothers. They originally had a butcher shop in Brownsville where Mike Tyson used to actually shop in the 70s. It was called Sweethearts.
I didn't know your dad was a Brooklyn guy. So I'm a Brooklyn guy. Okay, cool.
Brooklyn guy. Went to Grady. And
your dad went to William H. Grady High School.
Yep.
Okay, my cousins went to Grady.
Yeah. So they kind of, because of obviously the area of Brooklyn that they were in, it was kind of a tone in the 70s that, listen, I don't have to explain to you, it was rough.
Yes.
Especially in Brownsville.
Mm-hmm.
So they wanted to get more of a suburban look. They wanted to get more of a suburban touch, up and coming. So they took a shot in Middletown. Now, technically, this is where the confusion comes, where they think I have 2 locations. The location where we're at is by mailing address Red Bank, but we're in Middletown.
Okay.
So they took a shot on it. Mini malls back then were, up and coming, especially in Jersey. And that's where it started. My father was the chef in the back and handled all catering and everything else. And the Taliercio blood just happens to have absolute charisma and craziness. And we call it advanced bipolarness, where we walk into the store and the mood changes. Lights are on, your personality is go, and people are buying you. So I had family members that are on Wall Street. They were very successful. I still have family that's on Wall Street, successful. So our personality is the selling point,
right,
of Taliercio's. Besides the product is what it is. It's
I was about to say, can I move that back a second? Because what he's saying resonates so true with me. When I enter into your store,
yes,
I feel like I want to shoot the shit with everybody behind the counter.
Yes.
Not just you. You have a host of people there that I think are all characters.
Yes.
And they're all very good, but it's never enough. I wouldn't go back there I probably would go back there just to shoot the shit, but the food is fucking excellent.
Yes.
And I honestly feel that in this place, you guys can basically make everything.
And we do.
Yeah, and you do. You make and I've come to you to make sandwiches. I'd be like, "Can I get this done?" Yeah, absolutely. Let me go. Everything gets done there. It is first of all, I've been behind the counter multiple times. Mm-hmm. It's immaculate. One of the things you notice right away, and it's something very important. Clean. Like we've gone into a couple of open kitchens. Ian and I just recently were at Gotham Burger Social Club, immaculate. When we went to the dry aging room at Rocco's down in the basement, immaculate. And I can't tell you how many restaurants I've walked into where I'm like, I'm fucking eating here. Like, you know what I mean? Like you get like that tar on the walls and shit like that. So on top of having all this personality, likability, great staff and all that stuff, I want to just start off. I would not have him on something called You Got to Try This if at the end of the day, I didn't want you to put him in your mouth. put him in your mouth in somewhere. But go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to have the product, right?
Yes.
So the product was always there. Full, high marks to my dad for always, the consistency with him was key.
Okay.
He was 7 days a week. He used to flip the deli over into a restaurant at night that people around there used to be known of. He used to do pasta nights. So he would work the entire day on a Friday, Saturday till 6 o'clock at the deli, turn over the tables, do a restaurant service.
I love that.
He was,
that.
and people have asked us to bring it back. He just, you know what it is? He's 69. He loves what he does. He's there right now for the full support of us and where we want to take it. But to ask him to be like, hey, Pop, listen, you're working from, he gets up at the crack of dawn, 5 a.m. to, hey, listen, stay till 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock to dish it out. But it is an idea that we've been thinking about bringing it back. But he used to do that 7 days a week. And, the family time that I had with him, it wasn't really there in the beginning. So, obviously through trials, tribulations, through a typical Italian family, they broke up. My father took over the business himself, and it kind of skyrocketed from there. And I was never allowed to work in the deli.
Okay. Growing up, you didn't work in the deli?
No, never.
Why not?
He didn't want, at that time, he compared himself and his life and his path to what he wanted from me. And it's kind of something that never was in the cards.
Okay.
Deck came out, deli wasn't in it. And what I think I'm thankful for is that he pushed me away to try something. Like I said, I have a lot of family members on Wall Street. He wanted me to go for that life. And I went to Monmouth and down in Jersey. From there, I immediately got a job at ICAP in Jersey City.
Right.
I worked for Tullet for an internship.
Tullet Prebon?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
I worked for ICAP in Jersey City as well for a while.
I was there.
Yeah.
So I was there for, I think, 2 years, and came right out of college thinking that, this is what my life is going to be because this is what it's foretold to be. And tried it, hated every day, when you wake up and you just hate your life.
Yeah.
Even at 22 years old, 23 years old. Mm-hmm. And it just wasn't for me. And, my dad was reluctant for me to come to the store because it was something at 22 years old. That business is something that you're born into.
Right.
And you get used to that lifestyle and that work ethic. And so what he did was, which was smart on his part, he said, okay, you're going to work in ICAP during the week, and then you're going to come to the store Saturdays and Sundays to get used to 7 days a week and see if you like it. Favorite part of the week was Saturday and Sunday. Monday to Friday sucked. Then when it came to holiday time, which obviously anyone in the food business knows, that's your bread and butter. So you don't have holidays home with your family. You have it at the store in the business, and that's your grind time. So it was me working in Jersey City and then driving all the way down Turnpike to the store in Middletown and working all through the night and then getting up and going. He wanted that work ethic driven into me to see if I could take it. And I did. So finally it came to it that I was let go from ICAP and immediately just started in the store. And this was before social was really involved yet in terms of branding, in terms of anything. And it was, you got to know people. It was like Cheers. Like, think about it. You've been inside the store. I try to explain to people what this store is like. This isn't an everyday bodega, or not to knock them, but this isn't an everyday even Jersey deli or anything. You come in, you're just hit with personality, high intensity, high energy.
I'm going to jump in again because I almost feel bad calling this place a deli.
Yes, right. Yeah.
And the only reason I don't call it a restaurant is because there are no tables inside of it.
Yes.
There is a hallway outside as part of the strip mall.
Correct.
Where I sat down and I had my meal.
Yes.
Like I own the place. But that's the only reason why I would say. And I also don't call it, I think it's closer to your traditional pork store that I grew up going to.
That's what it was, like a Salamaria.
And because when you go on there, you'll find sun-dried peppers that you normally wouldn't find somewhere else because we
Correct.
know sun-dried tomatoes are last year.
Yeah.
So like all the stuff that you want, you sell I always had a jar of it where you kind of scoop it out, put it in water. It's like Italian Alka-Seltzer. It's called like Brusti or something like that. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Everything that you want, like an imported Italian delicacy, you can also get there. You always have on
Correct,
your
yes.
shelf. So it's part grocery store, gigantic, freezers, they open up freezers like you would see that's just filled with their stuff if you need to grab and go. Huge deli case, obviously with all the salads and whatnot. Then in the back, it's bustling with usually all hands on deck. There's like 8 people back there making sandwiches and making dishes and stuff, right?
All day,
Is it okay to say 8 or?
Yeah, there's about 9 catering full-timers. 9 deli people full-time, and then another 6 full-time kitchen workers, cooks.
Right. And then that's behind the scenes. That's
Yes.
a little bit, behind the curtain where the wizard is. So to say, if you guys think that I brought in somebody who just runs a deli, and again, no problems with delis, bodegas, they make the world go round.
Yes.
But this is more.
Yeah.
This is definitely more than that. So if that's what you're trying to get across, fucking mission accomplished.
Yeah. So it's an experience every time you come in.
Yeah.
So what my dad instilled that old school mentality with Italians, they always went by word of mouth.
Yeah.
Always. But he didn't realize that he was marketing throughout the 90s, 2000s by handing out these raviolis every day to people that were waiting online.
Yeah.
He was marketing and he didn't realize it. So now it's taking that and putting it on a grander scale. And when I first got there, it was getting to know customers. You have customers that came 7 days a week, and it's cheers. You know their name, you know their family, they have acid reflux, their medication, their doctors, everything.
Yeah.
You know everything, their back problems, their golf swing. You almost become a therapist inside the deli. Mm-hmm. And people would come there and literally, like you said, shoot the shit. Like, we always call my father Mo Man because he would always use the term Mo because he doesn't know anyone's name.
Right.
The memory's shot. So he made everybody feel important by calling them Mo Man. So we would call them Mo Man's minions, where the people would just gravitate, forget what they would order, and go in the back and just sit there for hours.
Just kind of hang out.
Yeah. So it's almost like a barbershop too on top of it.
It does have that old school barbershop.
Yeah.
When you told me just now, and I didn't know beforehand that your dad was a Brooklyn Italian, it all comes around full circle.
Yeah.
Because when I walked in there, we have a friend in common. His name is Tommy Ferrigno.
Yes. So
I had mentioned to Tommy that I was coming down to your store, but I got there at 9 a.m. and Tommy was waiting there already.
Yeah.
So he's one of the better guys I know.
Tommy's a great dude.
So it makes sense that he's a fan of your place. And then when he walked in there, he knows everybody, just like the whole Cheers thing.
Yeah.
But then Tommy had told me a story, which I'm going to tell right now. Tommy worked on the floor of the Exchange, still works on the floor of the Exchange. He was one of the house brokers for Smith Barney, Citigroup, Solomon Brothers, whatever the fuck you want to call it, when I worked there. After 9/11, I don't know how, but your father had found out that Tommy had died in 9/11.
Yes.
When he didn't. Tommy did not.
Tommy did not.
So I did not die in 9/11 either, but a bunch of my wife's family members did. So I remember that when we would go, when my wife was waiting online at the armory to try and, identify bodies and stuff like that, Fox News came over and said, "Would you like to do a segment in the studio?" And that was the time where everyone was holding up the pictures.
Yeah, sure.
If you see this guy, let me know. If he's buried underneath something in an ambulance, or there was just so much desperation, real desperation, because you lost loved ones. So when Annie went on Fox, she was showing pictures. We just got married, so the pictures that she would show, this is my dad. It was from our wedding.
Yeah.
This is John Schroeder. This is Tommy Sullivan. This is Bob Toomey. This is Patrick Dickinson. All the Mike Tamuccio, all these gentlemen who had passed away, who had worked with her and I was friends with forever, they were all at my wedding.
Yeah.
And in most of the pictures, I just happened to be in.
Sure.
So when I showed up to wakes and funerals, for people who casually saw Annie on TV and were like, holy shit, is that Annie Harvey? Blah, blah, blah. And they weren't paying attention. They assumed I was dead.
Yes.
And then when I showed up at these wakes, it was like they had seen a ghost.
Yep.
Nobody cared enough to call my wife to see how she was doing.
No.
And that's the difference between Taliercio's and every one of my scumbag friends. Your dad thought that Tommy had passed away.
Yes.
He was sending meals
To the house.
to the fucking Ferrigno house.
Yes.
Every other night.
Thinking that he passed.
And Tommy
Didn't say a word.
is such a fat bastard. We'll
Didn't
say
say
that
a word.
right now. Just ate the fucking free
Yeah,
food.
and just
until
thought,
he came
hey,
in.
it's a great gesture.
He
Look at
took
Steve,
advantage
great guy.
of you guys, yeah. And I think that so encapsulates what's good about your family and what's good about. There are places that I don't care if they go the way of the dinosaur tomorrow. I don't care. And I spoke with Mr. Bosco, Rico's dad,
Yes.
about the difference between going to places and going to joints.
Mm-hmm.
If your joint closes down, there's something wrong with fucking America.
Yes.
That's because it's quality food with quality people. You have a fucking ball and you want to stick around. I don't know what else you fucking need. I don't know why you're not fucking a zillionaire. Like, honestly, I don't know why you're not a billionaire. Because what the fuck are you getting from Welcome to Olive Garden? Would you like the tour of Italy with your free breadsticks? I don't understand, people. Go to this fucking place. They employ a young gentleman with, he has some degree of special needs. His name is Vinny.
Yeah.
I've seen Vinny on fucking line doing stuff with them. Vinny is a beautiful soul. And I will tell you right now, if Vinny doesn't like you, you're an asshole. You should honestly think about doing something drastic.
Go to church.
Something. I saw Vinny. I said, Vinny, how are you? It's so nice to meet you. I'm a huge fan. Came over, gave me a big hug.
He's the best.
I turned to my wife. I was like, you see, I am a good person.
You
I'm
are
a fucking good person.
It makes yourself feel good.
Oh
Affirmation.
my God, he's and by the way, you talk about the quality of the town you're in. I think right down the road from you is a brunch spot.
No limits.
And they just hired.
Vinny also works there.
Get out of here.
Yeah, Vinny works there too.
So I used to work with a guy,
needs.
Ted Keselowski. Teddy K. He was a legend on Wall Street. Had the best one-liners I've ever seen. You know what I mean? Oh, there's a village missing an idiot whenever you do something wrong. Like one of those old school guys. I think his daughter was involved with it as well, like setting it up. Yeah. And it's all special needs people that are the wait staff.
Yes.
That's gorgeous.
Brilliant.
They should be fucking billionaires and stuff like that. So that's why I'm having Eric on top of what we had done this weekend, which is something we're going to get to in 1 second. So now that you get there and you're like, by the way, there's this thing called social media.
Yes.
And it's free.
Free.
And it's so we can go and pay $2,000 every 6 months to be in the Penny Saver or $1,000 to be at Red Bank Catholic in the tablet or whatever the hell they give out,
or the mail, the mailing that we all get, you throw
away.
The mail you throw away. You
the clipper. The clippers or whatever. You can do that, or I could start doing this. And then, how did it take off so quickly?
So like everything, COVID was the big jump starter.
Right.
So what happened with COVID was we were getting 4 or 5 customers a day. And, God bless my dad, he didn't take a dime for himself salary wise and made sure that all the employees were still on. And even though their shifts cutting quarters, like it was no time. And we would have 2 guys working the counter and we'd still be running laps in the store. So what we decided was, or what I decided in that moment was that somebody needed to be the face. And I didn't want my dad to be that because you scrutinize me and you scrutinize the sandwiches and you scrutinize the size and everything else. I could eat that. Yeah. That's fine. That's what drives, that's what drives business. Think about Barstool. That's what drives everything is the commentary that goes against you, not with you all the time. And the one thing that I could not stand would be commentary towards him, where I would show up at your door. So
I feel the same way with my family.
Yeah. So what I decided, all of us as a group, was, okay, listen, if I'm going to be the face of it, let's start it. And we started with 500 followers, like every other page that, tries. And we would have college kids come in every day. And these college kids were our business. They would come in, get their whatever sandwiches they wanted, and then they would leave. So what happened was, what we did was, contrary to what people believed during that time and whether or not we should have done it, we had the mask on, but I would have them behind the counter. And I would call it behind the counter segment at Taliercio's. And the sandwiches that they would order every day, I said, name it and make it yours. Because I'm thinking further down the line, when this stuff is over, you're going to tell X, you're going to tell why so many more people are going to say,
right,
well, I have a sandwich at Taliercio's, and it's something about feeling special, like you on Wall Street, right? What is your goal? Your goal isn't to have them buy, it's to have them feel special.
Yeah.
It's a very easy dynamic that people screw up based off ego, based off of, their own pride. You throw your ego and your pride to the door and you say, listen, the only reason why this business is open is because of these people. So how can I make them feel special? Let's have them create their sandwich. Doesn't matter what the hell's on it. We have it. And it doesn't matter if it sells or not. They're going to tell however many people when this is over, hey, can you believe the guys at Taliercio's did this?
Yeah.
And it didn't matter if it had 100 views, 200 views, 300 views, whatever. And what it obviously...
That was revolutionary back then.
Yeah, back then,
people are trying to do that now. And maybe people are like, oh, I've seen 100 people do it today. And I get that. Not 100 people were doing it back in fucking 2020.
No. And at that point, that was a world that I knew nothing of. And I wasn't paying somebody. Now they charge $5,000 a month to take over your page and they don't care about what the dynamic or the numbers come from. It's all me and the store, but I control the social media. So my father doesn't have to pay X per month.
Right.
I sat there and I learned the dynamics of social media.
Right.
Because I had the time to learn the editing. It's not that hard. It's just you have to have the patience and the care to say, hey, listen, this is our name, our product. It has to be money.
Ian, can I interrupt you again? By the way, it's my show. I don't got to keep interrupting you. I can just do whatever the fuck I want.
All right, listen.
Yeah.
You're the guy.
You had seen him say it's easy and all that stuff. How come I can't do it? How come if this guy is telling us how easy it is, and now I've been at Barstool for 6 years, how come I can't do it if it's so fucking easy?
You are doing it, and it is easy, and this is the podcast that exists because of it.
Yeah, I get. Okay. Thank you for that.
You do it. You don't realize it.
No,
Annie comes with you. She does it.
By the way, Annie now, because she talks to Ian on the side, I'm not comfortable with it. And she'll shoot it all in one continuous thing because this is the way that Ian likes it.
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
I'm got a lot of B-roll.
Yeah. She goes through with all the B-roll and stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, she got 45 minutes of fucking B-roll. I can't tell people when I go, and you would know this more than anybody. When I go to a restaurant and somebody recognizes me, oh, shout out, there's a restaurant in Montclair. My son just started at Montclair State this week. And so I went to a place, I think it's called Dutch Brothers. I'm going to go back. I had a really good breakfast sandwich there. And I walked in and the guy's like, I was like picking up for Mike. He's like, no, I know who you are. I'm like, oh, cool. He's like, I was like, no, I'm just with my family. I've never been here before, but this place looks great. I'd like to come back and do it.
Nice.
And he's like, well, can I make you a special sandwich now? And I'd be like, it'd be a waste to do now because I'd have to cut it down. You know what I mean? Like it just wouldn't work out, but I'm going to come back and do something proper with you. And I think sometimes owners and chefs get insulted. This guy didn't, when you don't do enough with them in the clip. Like, oh, wait, I have a ton of fucking personality. I'm Eric Taliercio. How are you going to review? Because we're going to review a sandwich at Eric's. I think it drops in a week or so, right? Or something like that.
The video, if you're listening to this on Friday, when this comes out, the video will be out Tuesday.
Okay, yeah. So the whole deal. But Eric knew. He dropped off the sandwich and he got the fuck out of Dodge, basically.
It's not about the personality.
It's about getting in the fucking algo.
It's about the product.
Yeah. And getting in that algo. You do have to get it to a point where, it's watchable, that you get a certain percentage, completion percentage, all these little things that you guys click off.
Yes.
But I also said, when I get there, I want a John Candy.
Yeah, you did.
Please. And I want another sandwich. I can't tell. And an Italian.
But I gave you the cheesesteak.
And so he said, no, I'm making you a third sandwich. I said, Eric, I don't know if I can do 3 sandwiches on the one. Ian's going to cut it out. The whole deal.
No.
Holy shit, am I glad you did the cheesesteak.
I knew it.
Because I will tell you right now, I like the other 2 sandwiches. I thought that they were fucking very good.
Yes, but I pride myself
I wish you didn't bring them out.
I know.
I wish I just would have listened to the fucking guy who owns the place, but no, I know better. John Candy's my favorite guy. I love roast pork. Let's get this going. They do a cheesesteak there, Ian. The greatest cheesesteak I ever had was at Matu in Los Angeles. I told you that the other day.
With the long hot.
And I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a tough one to top. And somebody's got to be the best. That's the best for me. And I've had cheesesteaks all around the fucking world. I'm telling you, I'm starting to waver after I had this stupid fucking cheesesteak with this guy this
because
weekend.
no one orders it, and that's why I wanted to bring it to the attention.
I
think
think
so good.
So when you guys watch this review, we're probably going to do most of it on the cheesesteak.
Yeah.
We'll glance over the other ones.
But the cheesesteak was money.
But so that's the input that I need. The input that I don't need is like, hey, can you come and talk to my dad and put him on the fucking video because he's got a great story? And he does.
Yes. But you want to know something about social media? And this is what I learned. And I learned this the hard way too, E. And I don't know if, obviously doing it for how many years now, you too. But people don't give a shit what you have to say.
Yeah.
They don't. They want to get right to the point. You in your head is like, oh my God, I'm going to nail this. What I'm going to say is going to be so important. And people are just going to, that first 3 seconds is money.
Yeah.
No one cares. Nobody
gives a fucking shit.
Cares.
He just cut one for Big Bad Breakfast in Tuscaloosa. I had a waitress. This girl was beautiful inside and out.
Yeah.
Gave her a kiss during it. Her name was Jenna. Mm-hmm. And I said, put her in. This motherfucker didn't put her in. Instead, he says, you didn't do the money shot with the sandwich. Meanwhile, you can't cut biscuit sandwiches in half. You can't.
No, it's got to be. You got to turn it around.
Because he's a fuck. You know what I mean? You see what I'm doing? I'm dealing with?
No.
Fucking
right.
animal.
You can't.
Disgraziato nuts.
You can't cut it in half. But the money shot is the pouring of the gravy over it.
Yeah.
You have some type of ambiance that has to go along with it. Yes, I agree with you.
Don't give many fucking.
No. But it's true. No one gives a shit what you have to say.
Yeah.
So people think, oh, I'm going to make my dad famous. Your dad is not going to be famous because no one's going to stay around and watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless your dad's doing something controversial. So that's where the sandwiches came along, where our sandwiches, then this was, again, a testament to my dad. He made a Harold-style Italian sandwich because he said, I'm not only going to have the best ingredients.
Explain to people what Harold-style deli is.
Okay, so Harold's is a place in Edison, and their pastrami,
the sandwiches.
Not only that, the cakes.
Yeah.
Cakes.
Yeah.
Like this. So...
It's a global show. That's why we need to.
Yeah. So Harold's is in Edison, and it's top tier pastrami.
Yeah, Jewish deli.
Top tier.
Yeah.
Top tier. And Harold actually just passed.
Okay.
And it like I said, unreal. Unreal. Like different version of Cats. Everyone goes to Cats. It's just a different style.
Yeah.
So what we did was we took that. And not we, my dad. And he said, let me take our in-house butched roast beef that we do every day. And again, people use boar's head. There's nothing wrong with that. But we're a butcher also. So the things that we take our time on and cook and everything, we're going to pile that shit high.
Yeah.
And people are going to love it because it's obnoxious. So what did the reason why the algorithm really took us was because these sandwiches are so controversial in size. And you get all the people that sit there and say, bigger's not better. And, I like 2 slices. We're not for everybody. And that's okay.
And it's engagement.
It's
clicks.
People are doing my job for me by not giving in, by not saying a word actually hurts me. But by you sitting there and hating, what I say to people is, thanks for the comment. Because you just got me however many more thousands of views. And that's just how it works. It's simple. It's just a simple method.
Large gets the same thing with the sandwich of the months. It's like
so I do a sandwich of the month at home, and I do it without a lav, without any kind of mic, just kind of stripped down. It's unedited.
Yes.
Like when Annie sits there to do it with me, I'm like, we got to do it all in one take. So all of my like they all make it in there.
That's
Ian's
fine.
very good. He takes out, because sometimes, particularly during allergy season, I sound like Tony Soprano. So how do you say, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you almost like the Godfather.
Yeah, so he hides a lot of my vocal inconsistencies. I get more people who say they love the sandwiches, but it's those 3 or 4 that are like this, this is gluttonous and all that kind of stuff. And then when you have other people go back at them for you,
boom.
Job's done. It's so fucking great.
Signed, sealed, delivered.
But I think when I first started on Barstool Breakfast, I was with Willie and Francis. And Francis was the type of guy who used to read the comment section and he used to take it to heart. He used to break his fucking heart. And I said to him, like, Francis, what are you doing? He's like, I don't know. He's like, Large, I know that I'm punching the tide. I was like, holy shit, punching the tide. It just doesn't matter. You keep punching and the waves just keep coming.
Yeah.
Because there's no identity. There's no culpability. There's no anything on the other side because it's an avatar that says Stinky Johnny 69. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to explain it's just no good. So if you're the type of guy that wants to do what you do and you care about what people put in the comment section,
It's not going to work.
you'll never be successful.
It's not going to work. You have to have thick skin. And this happens to be the best way that I think I matured was that, of course, in the beginning, when you're not knowing what's going on and you think that the sandwich looks great and you know it tastes great, but people think that they're eating it through their phone, that it looks like shit.
That looks dry.
It must be shit.
Right.
You don't even know what you're doing. You're a disgrace. At that point in time, in the beginning, you take it personally because it's what you're putting your time into. But then as you get older and you realize that you just start making them more obnoxious. You feed that anger that people have for you. And people don't realize because, again, they're mighty strong on the keyboard, but they're not coming into the shop to say it to me or Pops because then it's a situation.
Yeah.
But they're the ones that are driving the traffic to the store, which is all I could say is thank you.
Yeah. Unless your food is shit.
Correct.
Then
You got to have the product.
The negatives will outweigh the positives, but people who go on your thing and let's say there's 50 comments.
Yes.
And 50 to 65 comments is probably average for you guys.
Yeah, I would say so.
So if 50 of them are good, 10 of them are weird, and 5 of them are negative, that's a fucking home run.
Yeah.
But sorry to interrupt you.
No,
you also get 50 comments on a video with 300,000 views.
Yeah.
So if you take 50 out of 300,000, it's a tiny amount of people that are even putting comments in the first place.
Yeah.
Correct. So going back to what Ian said, the good thing is people will read the comments and what happens is subconsciously or consciously, they won't comment the negative, but those are the people that'll secretly come and eat it.
Yes. Oh, it's just...
And that's key. There's your views. There's your sell.
The silent majority on social media is the ones that aren't commenting on anything. Only 5 to 10% of people actually comment and engage with the social media posts.
Yes.
I will tell you, one of my guilty pleasures is sometimes when I do decide, like, let's say I'm taking just an elongated dump.
Okay.
So I'm like, let me go to the mattresses with this fucking guy. That sandwich looks dry. And I'll sit back, wetter than your sister on prom night. You know what I mean?
Well,
and I got the Rune jacket to prove it. Sometimes you'll have a guy come into your DMs and be like, listen, I was just in a bad place. I'm sorry. I didn't want to do it. They'll apologize.
Because they don't expect it.
DMs.
Yes. I get that a lot too, even with sandwiches where someone could say something like, I'll never go here. You suck. And then you, like I said, I'm big with saying, you know what? Thank you so much for commenting. You are an unbelievable influence to everybody that's going to follow me. And they'll comment underneath it, hey, man, I was just kidding.
Yeah.
Like, they'll even put themselves out there as looking like the fool.
Yeah.
Love what you guys do.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You
Big fan.
just blasted me.
Yeah.
And you're just out of just sheer fear that the likelihood of someone, with however many followers is going to respond. You're like, he won't respond. I see everything.
How many followers do you have? Do you know?
223,000 this morning on Instagram, 205,000 on TikTok, and then another 100,000+ on Facebook.
Okay. You're not on X.
I am on X, but that's my personal one.
Okay, yeah. I think it's the worst.
Yeah. Twitter, I did. You know what it is? Twitter is great for what you guys do. It's amazing.
Headlines
It
and
is.
clips.
Headlines. People want to read quick. They're not going to really sit there and watch a full-length video on Twitter or X or whatever they want to call it.
Yeah.
So that is being used for your Instagram and your TikTok. So if I use it to like watch your stuff, almost for my own informative that I just put under Taliercio's that someone could tag like you could tag the store.
Right.
It's by far the worst and hardest platform to grow on.
It has to be.
Do we do anything on Facebook?
Yeah, all of our stuff gets cross-posted to Facebook from Instagram.
Okay. How do we do it? I mean, I haven't
link it. No, so Meta now, what I have.
You do
that.
I do it. And but I don't even think I put a title on it. It's just like, do you want to do it to Facebook? I've never opened up Facebook in the last 3 or 4 years.
You don't have to. So someone told me, listen to this. Now, I don't know if it's true, that business and customers are more likely to come from Facebook than they are Instagram. I don't know, But like, I don't, there's no way of actually telling that. But for some reason, they said Facebook, I guess it's because it's for the older.
I do think older people are more easily influenced by things they see online and they're in their algorithm.
And they're more likely on Facebook than they are on Instagram and TikTok.
Correct. Whereas people on Instagram, they're scrolling at a million miles a second. Like they're just going through videos. If my mom comes across something on Facebook, she's like, "Oh, do you see this is happening?"
Yeah.
And it's like, your
attention span is a lot larger on Facebook.
You have any sandwiches that you've had to make where you're like, I don't want to make this? Some college kid comes in, or I come in.
So many. So it's not even people recommending them to us. At this point, we take the ones because we have so many requests that people just flood us with and everything. Like now we pick them and we give that person full credit and we tag them. Like again, we still make that person feel important. Yeah. Now at this stage where it's so much grander based off of the amount of followers, it's an honor to tag the person that created it and they feel appreciated for it. But
you don't add it to the menu. Like you don't have
this is where the guys menu. This is where the guys at work want to kill me.
Okay.
So I honor every sandwich that I've created on Instagram. Yeah. And I have a booklet of all
Holy shit.
So it's about 1,500 sandwiches.
I can tell you right now, the Frank the Tank.
Oh, that was what I'll never forget it. It was a Super Bowl sandwich. It was with Wunderbar bologna, roast beef. It was a Super Bowl sandwich. And I don't know how many people ordered it, probably less than one. And he was the only one.
Lebanon bologna. Yeah, so that's Lebanon bologna, right? Wunderbar is the beef bologna that they have. And it's his was so specific. It was awesome.
It was typical him.
Yeah. And then I went in there. I made a monstrosity. I don't even remember what was on it, but it was
chopped walnuts. That's all I remember.
Chopped walnuts and ricotta cheese.
Yes.
I love. And when we did the sandwiches this week, we did chopped pistachios. Yeah. By the way, when we posted that, we're going to get into the beach house thing now, if that's cool.
Yeah, sure.
When we posted that, there was a troll who was like, I would have kicked that bald guy out of there. So quick.
I actually saw that and read that.
Yeah. I was like, I've known this family. I said like we grew up together. I've known this family for a long time. Believe me, I think even the million or so, because that wound up ripping. If you want to cross all platforms, I have to think we did 2 million impressions.
Just 1 million on Twitter, yeah.
Yeah, just on
to.
Twitter. So we're talking about TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and that.
Based on collaborations, we had to have done over 1 million views.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm thinking we've had to have done closer to 3 million views.
Across everything. Yes.
I would think that's easy. So
there you go. It's super viral.
If in the instance that Eric didn't like me and he was madly insulted with the way that I was going back and making a sandwich at his place,
I still wouldn't.
I think it'd be something where he'd be like, fuck it. Yeah. Keep the views coming.
Yeah.
Because it's a commercial.
Large is, and this is what people that comment is great though, because guess what it does? Engagement.
Yeah.
So, someone like Large is the personality, no matter what type of personality I have, he's the guy that's doing it. So you allow that person to do it. That's the respectful way of doing it, was that you allow.
It's sensible. Right? It's sensible because.
How would I know how to make it if you're the one that's creating it?
Yeah. And I did. I can't walk into Taliercio's and say, hey, can you have 3 chevalades grilled for me? Whatever the fuck else we put on there.
Put on a lot. The fried prosciutto. So I'm gonna move back for a sec. Yeah.
So Annie and I, we have a house down the beach, and we've been going to it for 16 years now. And our house is probably 10 minutes away from the beach house where Ian and the boys were doing the Barstool Beach House.
Yeah.
Eric's store is probably about, without traffic, 20-25 minutes north. So it was probably 30 minutes. Maybe a little over 30 minutes because it was Labor Day weekend. Annie and I drove up there. We got there around 9 o'clock, 9:30ish. We went in. One of the first things I did is I said, I want to do just the review. So we got that out of the way. He made 3 sandwiches and we had done a review. As we had said, it's going to drop next week. Then we also were making a special sandwich for Mike Kadick, who you guys may remember was on the show. He was the guy with that extraordinary death row meal, 19-minute long death row meal. We tallied it up. his death row meal would have cost the state of Indiana $2,700. He believes that he had gotten caught killing a kid and they're going to put him in the electric chair. But before they do, let's give you a fucking $2,700 fucking meal. So I was going to make something called death row. Ian calls me up and says, no, just like that too. Cadix Crawlers has become a thing, sort of like Rico's Riders, or I can't think of it, the Largonauts. That never took off. So he's like, do a crawler. Okay, Ian. Like, I don't fucking know. Yeah. So I go to Taliercio's. I talk to Eric about it. Actually, we have another friend in common with Patty Savage.
Yes.
Pat Savage.
Savages are the best.
Yeah,
best
he's
family.
fucking awesome.
Best
Great tailgates I hear too, from what I understand.
Oh, since they were, forget it.
Yeah.
So his pops, everyone else, James, everyone, that's what they come to Taliercio's and then they go down.
Really?
They all worked in the store except Pat.
They never give you credit.
That's right.
It's like they're all making it home. So Pat Savage is one of the salesmen at PR3.
Pat is great.
He's the type of guy you want to kiss on the mouth. Just a very, very good man. I just did his brother's restaurant too. We're going to drop that in a couple of weeks as well. His brother's running one of the Yellas, which made a milkshake that would knock your fucking eye out. Whatever. Enough about Pat Savage. So I go down there. I check with him first. I tell him what we're going to do. He winds up having it ready. In cooking, it's called mise en place, everything in its place. He has all the stuff ready, including last minute. I said, if we're going to do Italian sausages, if you have the pinwheels, the chevelade, do you guys make those in-house?
No, so we don't do that anymore.
Okay.
For the most part, it's Esposito still. And,
solid as hell. Oh. Those were solid. So I show up. After we get all that other bullshit done with, I get to see Vinny, which was a highlight of my fucking day.
Yeah, wanted to see
the whole
Vinny.
Deal. I stand there with him. I said, if we're going to do the pinwheel sausages, and everyone knows what the pinwheel sausages are, they're a tight pinwheel you put on the grill.
Yes.
Italians call them chevelade, right? Chevelade is what we bastardize it to. He has 3 of them there. How do you put that on a hero? Slice it in half, you go half moons. He found this beautiful.
The round bread. It was perfect.
Beautiful round boule, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Big Italian bread, crusty. And he got 2 of them. And I know I just put up one finger. He got 2 of them. The reason I know he got 2 of them, he threw the other one in the backseat of my fucking car.
Yeah, I did.
Which I then had with my daughter, where she ripped it open with her fucking hands.
So good. So light.
So good. So we cut this thing in half. I gut the bread. And one of the reasons why I gut the bread is because I bury my face in the dough to smell the dough.
Yes.
It's one of the first things I do that. And believe me, I don't give a shit giving Cadix something to touch my face. Honestly, Cadix is 5-second rule, just as like I'm 5-second rule. We're not prissy. He said, do you want to wear gloves? I said, take those gloves and shove them up your fucking ass.
Yes, he did.
Go in there.
He did.
So it was stracciatella? Did we do straccia or ricotta?
Yes.
So I kept calling it ricotta cheese. I apologize. It was stracciatella.
Yes.
Stracciatella is what's inside a burrata for people who don't know, right? It's that creamy, curdy, mozzarella type thing. So it's spreadable. We put that down first. Of course, he knows that I'm going to have nuts on it. I don't know why. I just like nuts.
That's your go-to.
Cut that. I don't know what it is. I just like nuts.
I like nuts.
Yeah, they're tasty. So we put on some crushed pistachios. Again, little fucking container of crushed pistachios in front of me.
I had that ready too. I did.
Mise en place, everything. He has cherry peppers there. I said, He's like, what? I said, I want cherry pepper relish.
Relish container.
Right back. Boom, boom. Right? I mean, so let's put the sandwich together. Bottom, crusty bread. So this is going to be sturdy. Stracciatella, pistachios, hot honey.
Yes.
Then 3 pinwheel sausages.
They're each about £1, by the way.
They're each £1. 3 pounds of chevelade.
Yes.
Freshly grilled, like grilled.
I grilled them right there. Yeah. Pops grilled them right there.
Boom, right there. On top of that, it starts to get a little bit hazy, but I think then we do the fried raviolis.
Yes.
You put the fried raviolis right on top. And then on top of the fried raviolis, I say, can you fry me up some prosciutto? Be right back. A mound of crispy prosciutto.
Yeah.
I put that on top of it. And then before I put the cap on this bitch, I hit it with all this hot pepper relish. We put it down, the crunch of the fried fucking prosciutto, the crisp of the bread, and then a side of marinara.
Yep.
Marinade. A side of marinara just to dip this thing in. And I'm telling you right now, it was tough to cut. It was absolutely delicious, but we had to put it in its own,
I had to tape it. And
catering tray.
And that's what the problem was.
You taped it like you were sending your grandmother a gift on fucking Christmas.
I was shipping it cross country.
Yeah.
It was just,
Large says side of marinara. This was a quart of marinara sauce.
Pint. Yep.
I will tell you
that's us.
Yeah. And I will tell you, we got to the house, Eric and I, then we made the drive up. He brought enough. And again, Eric, listen, there's about, 12 people. 12 people, something. So he brought enough food. I could tell you when these assholes came back from Bar A or wherever the fuck they were, the rigatoni bolognese, I guess you put in there.
Yeah.
Look at this fucking asshole. And he doesn't eat anything.
How was it? No, be honest, Dave.
I literally said I want that sauce on tap in my house.
That's what he said.
Sauce. It was
good.
Unbelievable.
It was fantastic.
I'm the biggest rigatoni bolognese guy. It is the top rigatoni bolognese I've ever had in my life.
From a deli. That's what I'm saying, dude. Jerk off. Yeah.
Think about it. I gave you the bolognese. I think I gave you chicken Taliercio, the rolled beef for
Travi.
Listen, when you do it, you got to do it big.
And the whole thing of sandwiches.
Yeah.
And the whole thing of fried ravs. Tommy, who obviously knows you, Tommy Smokes, everyone knows, has met Eric before, he's been here. So I went over to Tommy, be like, try these. He'd be like, oh, I've had them before. Jackie popping them like fucking aspirin. Kadick comes down. He looks like a box of hammered assholes, right? He looked like, honestly, he fucking took it sideways the night before. Felt almost bad. He sat down. We put this beast of a tray in front of him.
He couldn't stop.
And he was snorting. Like, because I do it too. I do that when I bite in some. He was fucking snorting. I think he was tearing up just from dislocating his jaw. Plus, he was a little bit emotional. He fucking loved it. And even the comments, does he have to eat over everyone else's sandwiches? Those were all his sandwiches. To be quite honest,
doesn't matter what it is.
Who gives a fuck? I don't know where you go to bed at night after you throw a comment like that and be like, oh, I did something today.
I
don't know how the fuck they do it.
They thought they had us. They didn't realize we had a second angle.
Exactly.
You're right. They all assume based on the angle that, he's eating over everything rather than it being so far away from everything.
And then... So again, we had gone down in separate cars.
Yes.
I was in Annie's Jeep and you were in your
GMC.
Yeah. And so before I get into my car, by the way, Large, when you go back to your house, Eric, what's your name again, Ian? The sandwich tray. I got one. Then I got a tray of rigatoni alla vatca.
Yeah, and I think
and Taliercio.
Yeah.
And he's like, what does your daughter eat? I have a 15-year-old daughter who is, very, she's the most in shape person in the house. What do I eat? You know what I mean? I'm fucking 265. So I said, she's chicken parm person. Chicken parm. We went home. I usually cook every weekend when we go down the shore. I cook all fucking weekend. 2 green eggs out there, the whole deal. I didn't cook a goddamn thing. Everything from Taliercio's. That's, I don't know what it is. That's just fucking special to me. And I really felt like I could have went through and not have. I grabbed a T-shirt.
I didn't even.
I just grabbed a fucking T-shirt. I threw 75 cents in the tip jar. Maybe I grabbed a T-shirt. I did. I hit him up. Don't you worry. But I just grabbed a T-shirt on the way out, like I was borrowing it from my brother.
Yeah.
Who is as white and filthy Irish as I am. Like, you know what I'm saying? We are not Taliercios. We're fucking McCarthy's. We corn ribs. Like, you know what I mean? My house sometimes smells like cabbage. It's a different thing. Having places like that, I'm not going to stop. Go ahead. What are you going to ask?
And just let's clarify. We can order this at the shop, the Krawler, correct?
Yeah, it's available.
It's in the book. Yes. 1500.
So what you could do is obviously the rounds I have every weekend. All specialty breads are Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If people want to man up and actually do it, they could do it right on the spot. I grill it, do it right made to order. If they want it on a regular size, normal size sandwich, even though it won't be that size, we could put it right on Italian bread too.
Go to Taliercio's. I'm going to wrap up in a little while. I know I've been keeping you here.
No, you're fine.
But also know that you're probably, if you get in there and become part of the family, very easy to become part of the family, right? Just don't be a douchebag. You're going to get a guy on the way out. Like, I imagine owning and operating Taliercio's for so many years now, 25, so almost 40 years.
Yeah, 37 years.
you have a guy. So if something goes wrong with the plumbing, I'm sure that you have a guy.
We all have a
If something goes wrong, if you're going to buy a new car, I believe that you have a guy. Oh, I have a guy. Comes in Taliercio's all the time. He always gets the sausage ring, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, my wife is looking to, I'm thinking about buying an engagement ring. Oh, I got a guy. He comes into the deli all the time. I'll tell him about it. I'll get you a good thing. Yeah. So I go in there. I fucking go in there. You know what I got now? I got a gun guy. I got the fucking gun guy. I don't own a gun. I got my rifle license, my shotgun and rifle license, and I also set up for a handgun. And then we never went through with just buying it. Just something got in the way. Life got in the way. Sure. I don't know if it's expired. I don't know if there's a time limit. So I casually, I got a gun guy. He's coming in a couple minutes. All of a sudden, what's his name? Vinny. Vinny walks in. Vinny doesn't know who I am. He says, oh, yeah, here's my card. And then he had said, by the way, that's Large from Barstool. He's maybe looking him up. He's like, oh, shit. Reached out to me on fucking social media.
Told you.
He's got a range that him and his wife run. He's like, if your wife wants to learn how to proper gun etiquette and safety, my wife will walk him through. I'll get you a good deal on a fucking thing. So I swear to God, I went to Taliercio's, I made a sandwich, and now I got a gun guy. I promise you,
deals
if you ever become as charming as I do and you go there for a sandwich, I promise you will get maybe a very good deal on a Vespa or a fucking gun guy or perhaps somebody. They'll put in a fucking third bathroom, whatever you need. And that's what makes it a neighborhood place.
Yeah. It's you know what? It's like I tell everybody when you come in and like going back to what I said in the beginning, it's an experience. It's something that the old stat is you need somebody to come into your place 4 times and they're a customer for life, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what it is? 4 times. And the whole point is what we do with the raviolis on top of it is we make a big deal we bought a boxing bell and people ring the bell and they get fried raviolis. So in our minds, we got the second time based off the first time because you're getting something for free.
When you go to Taliercio's for the first time, ring the bell.
And you get fried raviolis.
And you get your fried raviolis.
So at least it's guaranteeing at least 2. So you're halfway there. It's all about stats.
I reached over the counter when I got there. I've been to Taliercio's maybe 4 times.
Yeah.
So I'm not the guy. I'm not, hey, there's Large again and stuff like that. I reached in there. I grabbed a t-shirt. I went over the top. I grabbed my own fucking ravioli. That's how maybe I get a little bit too into it. I'm going to start bringing wine with me and something like that. But like to your point, that's the hook that you put in them. You get them going back and then the product does the rest.
Yes. Right. You got to have the product. What anyone that's trying to go out there and they're trying to do what businesses do on social media, the only bit of advice is you have to make sure you could handle the consistency of the product. Mm-hmm. The minute it dips, that's it. You're behind the 8 ball.
What's flying off the shelves right now? What's
the sandwich or just in general?
I would assume what's your most popular sandwich filling?
Okay.
And then if there's anything else that's flying off the shelves that's incredibly popular, because I also like food trends. I remember 10 years ago when I was making a sandwich and I needed to add a little roughage. It wasn't always arugula, but somewhere along the line in the last decade, arugula has become
it's the shredded lettuce.
It used to always be shredded iceberg. That's
now it's all arugula.
It's all fucking arugula. Somehow they had gone into it. What's the thing that people are ordering now at this moment more so than they had before?
What people, and again, I don't know if it's just based off of us posting it or just in general what people's palate is. The generic sandwich that people always get is based on the semolina that we get. Like I said, shout out to my friend Ricky, who actually is Boccia Bakery, the 100-year-old bakery.
Okay.
That's right.
What town?
How light was that bread?
Oh,
how light?
I'm telling you right now, I put my face in it. I didn't want to put my face out. You give me that as a fucking pillow.
So light. It's insane. So he's been around. So it was originally
got no calories.
No
carbs. Yeah. It's
keto. So what I do is I do a seeded semolina and we put our garlic spread on it. We make garlic bread, obviously. Right. And people are always doing the vodka sauce is the new marinara.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's vodka.
Yeah, everyone loves vodka sauce on.
So you do chicken cutlet. See, look, he knows.
Yeah, and pesto too. Yeah, like everyone likes to do that flag Italy.
What's the most popular is probably chicken cutlet. We cut our mutts, right? And what we do is we don't make the mutts because imagine if I made mutts there.
Yeah,
I would have to pay the guy $100,000 to make mutts.
Yeah.
So
And you'd be 400 pounds.
yes. So
Fresh mozzarella that comes out of that hot water, 120 degree water, whatever the fuck
there's
these
nothing
guys
beating
do.
it.
Like whenever I make it, you're with a guy who can pull it. All of a sudden the tumors smooth out. It's almost sexual. You want to rub yourself against it.
Yes.
But then when they go and they make the ball before they push it back out into that liquor, that salted water, they'll sometimes get you off like
And they do the knots.
a little tiny knot that's still warm, and that goes into your mouth. It's a singular. You've never had fresh mozzarella, even though you think you've had, until you've had it like that.
Like that.
Yeah, I can tell you right now. I was up with what's her name, the outdoor girl, Sydney Wells, and I was out in the middle of fucking Nantucket, pulled an oyster out, cracked
Same
it,
thing.
and ate it right there. I've never had no fucking cocktail sauce, no lemon, no nothing. I've never had an oyster like that in my life.
That's what it is.
Fresh mozzarella is special when it's done right like that.
When it's done like that.
Yeah.
See, I'm on mass production, so I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't. That's something I can't do. So what I do is I take that much, which is a little firmer, and I bread it with the same breading I do the ravioli, and I fry it.
I saw, yeah.
So what people do is they know that I do that. I do that with provolone. I do that with the orecchio. I do that.
Do you really?
Yeah. So what I do is all healthy. So I do the chicken colored vodka sauce, the deep fried mozzarella, long hot pesto on garlic bread, and that might be the overall winner.
All right, so I don't like taking bread that's gorgeous, like the bread that he gets in, and toasting it. Unless you're doing it for a reason, like you're making it into garlic bread.
Correct.
So you put the spread on and everything. I don't toast my bagels if I have a good bagel, and you toast a good bagel,
There's no
I
reason
fucking
to.
hate you. Yeah, particularly if they're still warm. That sandwich, it moved a little bit. And you know what I mean, Ian? It doesn't move that often at my fucking age. So toasted garlic bread on the semolina.
Chicken
with
cutlet,
the chicken cutlet,
vodka
the
sauce,
pesto.
deep fried mozzarella.
Yes. Yeah.
Long hot pesto.
And long hot pesto. And by the way, long hots now are huge too.
And they're expensive. Sometimes they're like $90 a case.
Really?
Yeah, it's just a pepper.
Yeah.
People know.
Although I tell you what, I split them, cover them in olive oil, a little bit of pancetta, and a lot of freshly shaved Parmigiano Reggiano before I pop it in the oven.
Pancetta's nice.
Yeah, pancetta. I got a sick vendetta to get pancetta. That's my fucking thing. So then we go to the house, rave reviews from everybody before, during, and after. Like I said, these drunken slobs came back. So I think that selfishly, for me to get to be part of that content as a 53-year-old guy, for me to be part of the Barstool Beach House, there isn't many inroads for me there because I don't want to be up till 2 a.m.
No.
And I'm
we talked about this as we left in the driveway. It would be a disaster.
Yeah, place smelled like a fucking bullfight. And so to just be able to show up, I was originally going to go and make a Sunday sauce there.
Yes.
I would have been out of my fucking mind. So to all of a sudden have this option, I'm extremely thankful. And I thought that it worked out extremely well. So when you guys are anywhere in central, eastern New Jersey, sort of towards the shore.
Yeah.
Red Bank, Middletown, whatever the hell it is. It's Taliercio. It's TALIERCIO''S.
Yes.
Go in there, ring the bell, get a rav, get a sandwich, get some salads, then get something to go. Don't touch the fucking t-shirts because they don't know you like that. And I guarantee you, I guarantee you that you're going to have a fantastic experience.
Thank
and that's
you,
all that you're looking to fucking do.
That's all you're looking to do.
Do you need to plug anything? Anything while you're here?
Honestly, just it's just a matter of none of this could have happened. And this, I think our presence with Barstool has just been amazing. And I guess
who's your foot in the door here? Because when I came here, that's how I think I originally met you. You putting out a big spread either in this HQ or the old HQ. Kevin Clancy telling me, oh, I love the chicken Taliercio. That's why you brought it for him in particular. Yes. Yeah, and all that stuff. And having the social guy like Travi be like, oh, make sure it gets those potatoes. He's from Alabama, which I love. What was the first time? What got your foot in the door?
It was just COVID during the time that Dave was doing all the things for small businesses.
Okay.
And we brought up a spread unbeknownst to, I think, anybody. And we showed up with 100 people worth of food.
Right.
And that was the foot in the door. Because at that point in time, what we were doing was who's going to turn down 100 people worth of food.
Right.
And that goes back to the quality of the food.
Right.
It's got to be there.
And I've seen them now multiple times. And like I said, I've been
That
to the
was
store.
5 years?
It's had to have been, yeah.
5-6 years ago.
I think I shot something with you that for when you were here. I did some sort of promo. Maybe we still had the radio show or something. So we did something coming out of that. But either way, it's just been a staple or a fixture here at Barstool, which I think is outstanding. So it just made a lot of sense to make you part of the Barstool Beach House alongside me, a very small part, but it was a hugely popular piece of content. So I'm very grateful that the guy who produces my show happened to be one of the producers there. So I think it makes it a little bit easier. And then to have you be within a half hour of being able to do that. And I don't know. It's a fucking blessing. So I'm going to wrap it up now. All right. So that was Eric from Taliercio. I didn't think we were going to go that long, but I can tell you right now, an Italian guy who owns a restaurant like that, I could have went for another hour. I could have went for another hour with him and it would have been easy. So again, thanks so much for coming out, Eric. Thanks so much for bringing the fried ravioli. They are elite. And thank you so much for Pepsi. Right? I've been drinking Pepsi throughout this whole podcast because it makes food taste better. And Taliercio's fried raviolis deserve Pepsi. Thank you for Fox One for coming on board. And thank you guys for listening. Send in your questions wherever you leave a 5-star review. Like and subscribe, do all that stuff. And we will see you next week on You Gotta Try This.